Today we had Ringside Fest 2025 after the mystery, man. We didn't know if it would be happening, and they kind of dropped it on us this week, and here we are, man. We have the final reveals here, so we're going to dive into Ringside Fest 2025 coverage, man. They always do a live stream now. They used to do it back in person in New York City, and it used to be a really big deal, but they have, I think it was COVID, they switched over to a live stream, and ever since then, they have not went back, so hopefully one year we can get back to in person. But today, man, let's dive into all these figures, man. We're going to start things off hot with a brand new figure that I never would have expected in 100 years. And I made the joke over and over. You'll probably see it everywhere. I'll probably say it multiple times. But New Jack is coming to the WWE Mattel line. He is getting an Elite figure here. And I do believe this is supposed to be in the Defining Moments figures next year, I think. It's going to be Defining Moments Ringside exclusive New Jack. And we have New Jack in the line, which is just absurdity. And I made the joke, I said, this has to be illegal to make. There's no way that, I swear to God, they had to have committed 4 felonies making this figure. I mean, that is absurd. New Jack wasn't even on my radar. You know, when people think about New Jack, I think they think about him in the same light as some other characters that we'll never, ever see. And so I think this is just absurd. And what makes the figure even more absurd, man, is you'll notice here, he's going to come with a cloth goods shirt. He comes with a staple gun. And he also comes with 2 interchangeable head sculpts. You're going to have the blank stare stern. You have a bloody variant or a bloody head sculpt. And then you have the headband head sculpt. So you're getting multiple things there. He's got the all black. He comes with a staple gun, and he is going to have a cloth goods shirt. So this, you're looking at a just insane figure here. Possibly the craziest reveal that Mattel's ever had. I mean, there's been some doozies over the years, and you could probably count them up. But this is what I was saying back at Comic-Con, man. It just seems like it's crazy the kind of pulls we're getting nowadays in the WWE Mattel line. But New Jack was the last figure, but I wanted to start off the video with it because I just thought it was so insane. There's just so much going on here with this New Jack. Very excited for it. I think that this is huge, and we're getting another bloody figure. So I think the gloves are off. When it comes to bloody figures, I think Ringside, as long as it's partnered through Ringside, they can give us some bloody figures. So I'm looking more forward to more and more bloody action figures from Ringside Collectibles. So they did wrap up the stream with New Jack, but now we are moving into some new Ultimate Editions. Now these are some figures we knew about, but I wanted to get into some Ultimate Editions because I know you guys want to know about the Ultimates. But we have the new Ultimate Edition Greatest Hits wave, and this is going to feature Cody Rhodes. Now, you know, there was a lot of speculation that this Cody would be in Series 29, but it looks like he's been moved back to Greatest Hits now, and it is a beautiful gear, man. This figure looks pretty damn incredible. I'm pretty impressed with it. I think that all the photos you see here, he comes with a mask. You have the gold attire. Very, very good looking figure. Even the championship itself looks to be repainted. They redid the gold. It's got the Cody Rhodes side plates on it. Now, a lot of people wanted that. It comes with a mask again. You get the entrance jacket vest deal or the entrance duster. This is a very nice Ultimate Edition. I think this looks very, very good. And I know that it's kind of a repaint of his other Ultimates. It's kind of putting all his Ultimates into one, kind of, if you look at it. But we have a really good Cody Ultimate right here. I'm excited for it. I think it looks good. Always happy for a Cody Rhodes figure, but this is going to be in the Greatest Hits, and we finally have images on it, what it's going to look like, and this is a stud. I think this is a really good Cody Rhodes, really good Greatest Hits. Can't wait to obtain this one for sure, and I think this is very, I don't know, it just looks ultimate, you know what I mean? You got the gold championship, the mask, the gold attire, very, very nice, but let's move on to the Greatest Hits Undertaker here, which also looks very good. This is going to be the Undertaker in the Greatest Hits, and I think this solves the mystery possibly of what that figure was in terms of in the background of Steve's video. I bet it, I can't even remember now. I think it was DDP now. I think it was a red box. It's a white box, so we nailed it. But this Undertaker looks great. And one thing that's interesting about this figure is they did say that this stretchy shirt, this removable shirt, is not going to be completely removable unless you have to break the figure or you have to kind of tear the shirt out. There's no way for it to actually get removed. So you can pull it down around his waist, but the singlet straps are going to stay on there. The shirt is actually molded underneath the torso. One thing I'm excited for, I think this does look good. I think the shirtless look looks good. I think the head sculpts are good. This is a re-release of that Legends Undertaker we got, but that Legends Undertaker was very scarce, I feel. I feel like you couldn't really find it all that often, or a lot of people missed out on it, so I'm excited for this one. Head sculpts look good. I think that overall this is a really good formula, and I'm looking forward to this figure, and I'll probably end up getting 2 of them and have one with the straps gimmick and then completely tear it out of the other one. I don't know. We'll see. We'll play that by ear, see how the gimmick works. I just hope the shoulders are tight because last time I got this figure, very loose shoulders, but I'm excited for this figure. I think the BSK tattoo looks great. Really sweet looking Undertaker here, and this is a figure, a lot of people have been waiting on a shirtless kind of look for Undertaker like this, so I think that's great. But the last figure is going to be AJ Styles in the Greatest Hits. Now, this is one of my favorite reveals at San Diego Comic-Con this past year, but now that I see it here, I don't know how I feel about it. It almost looks, I thought they fixed the torso, and then I'm looking at it here, and it doesn't look fixed to me, but I could be wrong. I don't know what it is about this figure. It looks, I think they made him shorter, so they did fix the legs, but I thought the torso was different, and now he just looks kind of weird to me. I don't know what it is. I do like the interchangeable mask head sculpt. I think that's great. I also think they made him the lighter skin tone instead of the darker skin tone. That annoys me. I wish they would have kept the Elite 104 AJ Styles skin tone. I think that's the skin tone that matches him better, but I don't know. I do like the gear. I think this is still going to be a fine figure. I love the masked head sculpt. Still looking forward to the figure, but I don't know. These images kind of put me off. So I think it remains to be seen. I'm going to hold out total judgment until we get it in hand, but this AJ Styles kind of disappointed me a little bit. I'm excited for it, but not as nearly as excited as I was. So we'll see how that all unfolds as we, come to a close here. But let's move on to the next Ultimate. We have Seth Rollins. Now, we did see the render back at Comic-Con, but we did have kind of an update. And the image, you guys know, they do these live streams, and the images are so damn blurry. They're so blurry, it's hard to get screenshots, and, you kind of got to run it through, some de-blur AI. So I just straight up screen recorded it, and I'm going to put in the recordings here so you can kind of make out these videos. And they're still going to be blurry, but they're better than screen grabs, I guess. But you can see what we have here. This Seth Rollins jacket is insanity, man. This Seth Rollins is really sweet. I think this is going to be a damn good figure. Also, I don't know if you'll be able to notice it, but they redid the hair. It's not the fade, but it's got these strings going up through there. That looks really good as well. But the jacket on the Seth Rollins looks really, really epic. I'm excited for the Seth Rollins. I like the gear. I think this is a solid Ultimate Edition for Seth Rollins. I really like the way this figure looks. And we also got to look at Hulk Hogan with that new rippable shirt. So you'll also see in this video here, we have a screaming head sculpt, and the gimmick is going to be this kind of molded shirt that you put over the torso, and the hands on the edges, similar to kind of the Rey Mysterio fan takeover mask, is going to have the hands actually sculpted onto it so that you can port them into the hands. So the shirt is going to have hands molded to it and then have pegs coming off it so you can port it into the arms of the Hulk Hogan, and he'll be able to make the shirt ripping deal there. So that's kind of cool. I think if you have it solid right there and it's in position and everything, I think it works. I don't hate it. I think this is a cool gimmick here. I don't know how it would work on other characters. Maybe we'll have to see how that unfolds. Maybe they do some other creative things, but I guess it's different. It makes Hulk Hogan different and sells more Hulk Hogans. You get the screaming head sculpt. So, they're trying to think of other ways to get Hulk Hogan back in the line as always, but I thought the Hulk Hogan was pretty cool. We'll see how that entire gimmick works out when we get it in hand. But the last little Ultimate we have here, as far as new, is going to be Rhea Ripley, and we knew we were getting this figure. We talked about this beforehand. We got Rhea Ripley here. They showcase it. It just looks really good, man. I really like the way this looks, and again, I know that the videos are not the clearest, and I tried my best to get it as clear for you as humanly possible so that you can make this out. You can also just go watch the live stream, but I'm trying to, show you what I'm talking about so you can actually see what I'm discussing. But this Rhea Ripley looks great. I think it's going to be an early contender for one of the better figures of the year next year for the women for sure. And I think this is a really good Ultimate Edition here for Rhea Ripley. And the next Ultimates we're going to show is just the renders we saw. They showcased these, said that they were coming. We know we get heel turn John Cena with the unique torso. We've already covered all this. If you go back months ago, when we left Comic-Con, we already knew we were getting this. We've seen these renders for a long time, so just want to recap because they did put these in there. You have the heel turn John Cena. We do have an updated Randy Orton coming. I hope to God, if Mattel is watching this, please, Jesus, give him bigger shoulders and arms. It will fix the figure. If this figure comes, they've redid the torso here. If they give him skinny shoulders and arms, the figure is going to be no good. It's going to look wacky. They got to give him bigger shoulders and arms and fix him there, so I think that'll be good. And then we have Chelsea Green here, which I think this is an update here because we actually got to see all three of her head sculpts, and these head sculpts looked kind of weird, especially the one in the middle looked a little weird to me, but I think it's still a really good figure. I'm looking forward to Chelsea Green. I think this is going to be great. I really hope, they didn't really mention this in the video, I don't think, but I hope that she has the same torso articulation. I'm hoping to see the Tiffany Stratton torso articulation, where the torso is embedded into the crotch so that you get that really nice range of motion. I really hope that that makes its way into every Ultimate that we see going forward. So hopefully that'll be something that we can see moving forward, and maybe that'll be something that's talked about at Comic-Con and revealed or something, or maybe at Mania, but I really want to see that articulation tenfold next year. I want to see more of that. I want to see that in the Ultimate line for all of them. So hopefully that'll be the case, but we did have those Ultimate Edition revealed, those Ultimate Editions revealed to us and wanted to touch on those. We also took a look at 2 new Top Picks Elites. We have an Elite Top Pick Seth Rollins in that purple Galaxy gear, and if you are a longtime member of the channel or you've been around the block a time or two, man, this gear right here and this figure reminds me a ton of my man TJ from Undisputed Brotherhood all those years ago. He made this fantasy custom Galaxy Seth Rollins gear, and this is pretty much exactly what the figure and gear looked like. And he came out in the gear years and years later, and they made it into a figure. So huge shout out to my man TJ. That's a deep cut right there. This figure looks great. This is a great Top Picks Elite Seth Rollins. Really wish we could get some new head sculpts, but that would have been a really good one right there. And then we also have a Top Picks heel John Cena here, which I think looks really, really nice. I think that this is a great figure. Got the navy and yellow. I can't remember the city. I think it's Glasgow Cena, but I think this is really nice. I know the figures or the photo's kind of blurry there, but it's still a good repaint. It's using the new torso, it looks like. I hope they repaint this figure over and over and get us as many of those last time as now. I know everybody's not over the moon about that. I know a lot of people aren't intrigued with a new Cena, but they are using the heel turn head sculpt from the Ultimate. They're giving us the last time is now tour, attire. And the more attires they give us, the less Cenas. I almost dropped my phone. The more Cenas I don't have to make. So I think that's nice. But that was the 2 of the new Top Picks Elites that we are going to be getting next year. Is Glasgow John Cena as a heel, and then the Galaxy Seth Rollins, which both look really damn good. I'm excited for that. And then we also have some images of the upcoming Defining Moments figures that should be hitting any day. I don't know if it'll hit before Christmas. I would like it if they hit before Christmas. But these images dropping, maybe they'll be a Christmas present, or maybe they'll hit just after the new year. But we have Defining Moments Penta here, which is whether this guy cashes in his Money in the Bank briefcase at the end of the year right here and tries to snag in the top 25 elites of the year, or maybe he's a very, very early contender for Elite of the Year in 2026. This Penta figure looks absolutely incredible. But this Penta looks crazy, man. The sculpts, the paintwork, the likeness, the tattoos. He comes with the interchangeable mouths, as we touched on way back at WrestleMania last year. If you guys remember, months and months ago when they kind of unveiled this figure. It was the prototype. Then we have the interchangeable hands. Just a really damn good looking Penta figure right here. Very excited for it. I think, again, this is going to check all the boxes you want. Very toyetic, very nice looking Penta. I've been over the moon about this figure over and over. Probably the best looking figure as a prototype at Comic-Con that we talked about as well. So I'm just really excited to get this figure in hand. Very excited to review this and get it in hand, talk about it. But let's move on to the next figure in this Defining Moments set. It's going to be Cody Rhodes, and no stranger to the line, but we do have this newly tooled Winged Eagle, which we touched on at Comic-Con as well. And it's got the blue, the silver, the red in the gear. It's kind of a run-of-the-mill Cody Rhodes Elite, but you get the jacket and new Winged Eagle. I think that's what's going to sell this thing, and people are always ready for a new Cody, but the same head sculpts we've seen on all the top picks. If you watched our top picks video of Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes the other day, we touched on this ad nauseum. Lots of reuse here for Cody, lots of the same formulas, lots of the same things. But the thing that sells this, we get a new jacket, it's repainted, redone, or not repainted, but you know what I mean. It's a redo jacket. They give us some new things there. And then we also get the Winged Eagle sculpt that looks incredible. It really does look good. It looks like the best version of the championship, and I promise they're going to end up adding that into the Legends line later on. They're going to put it in the main Elite line. They're going to put it in as many figures as they possibly can after this figure has been on the market for a little bit. They're going to let that one, boil up a little bit, and then they're going to put it in other lines. So just stay patient if you don't want this Cody. This Winged Eagle will be out there available, hopefully. I mean, it's one of the most popular championships ever, and they can put it with a ton of characters, put it in Ultimates. There's going to be opportunities to get this Winged Eagle. You just got to be a little patient, I guess, if you don't want this Cody. But let's move on to the next figure here. And it is a figure that I'm over the moon about. Now, I did think this would be an Ultimate Edition, but they did go with an Elite, man. We're getting WrestleMania 41 Roman Reigns with the new formula. Now, I'm kind of disappointed in the boots because it's going to be the same Ultimate Edition boot mold. And I don't think that mold necessarily works because I think the laces were different. They were kind of on the side and they were a little different. But you know what? I really don't give a damn because this is a gear I've wanted. I think that Top Picks figure turned out so good, and hopefully this head sculpt looks good, and the paint apps and the QC and everything on the white straps and the white boots. I hope everything comes together really solid, and I hope that this figure lives up to expectations. But it is a render. If it's going to be like the Top Picks figure with a new head sculpt and repainted, it should be a damn good figure, and I'm excited about that for this Roman Reigns. So, very excited to see this. Can't wait to see it when it's fully prototyped out and we get to actually see it in person. Really excited for this Roman Reigns figure. And they also announced a new Big Jim, which I think was based on the Royal Rumble, they said. It's in the all white right here. And what's cool about this Big Jim is I'm pretty sure this is a brand new leg mold. We're looking at a new sculpt in the legs, I think. Nah, actually, I don't think so. I think this is the Elite 114 Jim, just with repainted legs, which is fine. We get white tights here, white joggers now. So now you can make white jogger Roman Reigns or white jogger Finn Balor or whoever the hell you want to do in white joggers. So hopefully we can make some pairs of Usos and different things here. And I think he's going to come with a cloth goods jersey or shirt as well to tie in there. And I think the tribal gear looks good. I thought this was a new leg mold, but I guess it's not. I think it is Elite 114 Jay and Jimmy Uso legs. Or Jimmy, not Jay. Jay had the skinnier legs. You know what I'm talking about. This is the jogger mold that we made all the fix-ups with. I think that's what we're looking at here. But it's in white and it looks really good. So I'm excited for that Roman and that Big Jim right there. These are a part of Elite 126, by the way. And speaking of Elite 126, we also have Roxanne Perez in her Judgment Day gear. All black, got the stars on the pantyhose right there. Looking pretty good. I think this is nice. Her first figure, I didn't feel like looked a lot like her. I think this looks a lot better, and I like this attire and everything. She's also going to come with a jacket, so that'll be really nice as well. But I know a lot of people were waiting and hoping for a new Roxanne, and it looks like we're going to be getting that. So really excited for another Roxanne figure. Should be pretty nice. And then as far as Elite Series 126, we also are going to be getting Javon Evans first time in the line. He's going to come with a cloth goods shirt. Really good likeness on this. It looks like they may be using the Kofi Kingston torso, which I think is fine. I think it would be cool if they didn't reuse Kofi, but that's fine. I think it should work. Hopefully, figure's very posable. Not my favorite gear ever from Javon, but I still like this gear. I think it's good. The likeness is good. Kind of makes sense that he'd be smiling and everything, so as long as the figure poses well, I just hope it has good likeness and poses well. I'm all for Javon Evans finally getting a figure here. And then we also have El Grande Americano. Beautiful looking figure right here. The mask sculpt looks great. I love the attire. This is fantastic. I think, is this his WrestleMania gear versus Rey Fenix, if I'm not mistaken? If it's not, still like it. Still think it looks sick. The mask sculpt looks really, really good. And I think this is a great looking figure overall. Hopefully the tassels don't impair any articulation. Hopefully everything is smooth sailing. But this is such a great figure. Most definitely looking forward to El Grande coming into the Elite line right here. And it should have a first time in the line. Hopefully it'll have a first time in the line on its packaging unless we get a basic or whatever first. Hopefully all that takes care of itself. But really looking forward to his figure as well. And then we also have some new Monday Night Wars figures coming up right here. And all of these are going to be Elites. We have a Hulk Hogan here. This is his debut, I think, or the first episode of Nitro, if I'm not mistaken, is what they said. I don't remember off the top of the dome, but he comes with a world title. Get the cloth Hulkster shirt. Pretty nice here. Nothing, just crazy, but it is, a nice Hulk Hogan here, and it should fit in well. It's going to sell like hotcakes because it is Hulk Hogan, not featuring the roasted tan, kind of the other tan going on there, but he's got the bandana and everything, so that should be good for the Hulkster fans. We also have Bryan Adams. This is something we touched on with the news video the other day. We told you that Bryan Adams was going to be coming in the Monday Night Wars line thanks to Mitchell Craig, and he was correct here. So we're getting Bryan Adams in the line there. In the Monday Night Wars gear, yeah, or Monday Night Wars Elite line, yes, but it is in the NWO gear, which I think is sweet, and I like those boots as well. I think we're also going to be getting that on some other figures as well down the line. And we also have the Headbangers here. Very unique gears for both of these guys, man. They're going to come with their Headbanger shirts. They have, you have the long socks going on right there, man. Very, very unique figures going on for both of these guys with their face paints and their tops. Lots of great things going on here. I think they're also going to feature some cloth goods skirts as well. So lots of just really unique things coming right here, man. Shout out to Magic and the team for really being innovative in the line and not just giving us the run-of-the-mill looks. I like that a lot for the Headbangers and the Monday Night Wars line. And then we also have a look at Rick Rude. Now, this is a repaint of his Build-A-Figure, if you guys remember how he came with the briefcase and everything. You got the Raw as War mic, interchangeable. You have the mustache head sculpt. Then you got the full beard. And he is going to be in a gray suit. Nice little pattern there on the tie, which I do like. And I think this should be a pretty nice figure. And I like this as a gray suit because it's not just a black suit, black tie. You can make some other characters possibly out of this. And I can't remember if they said this is the Build-A-Figure or if this is, I think this is the Build-A-Figure. So the line is Hogan, you have Bryan Adams, you have the Headbangers, and then the Build-A-Figure is Rick Rude. I think. Don't quote me on that, but I think that is the case here, especially with suited figures. You guys know they love to make them the Build-A-Figures most of the time. It's either a larger character or a suited figure most of the time. Not every time, but most of the time that is what they do right there. But we also had some other Monday Night Wars figures here, so as we plug it in, we are going to get a look at Monday Night Wars Sid. Now, we didn't get an image of the Jordan 11 boots or shoes that we talked about way back at Comic-Con, but apparently there has been some changes there, which we shall uncover soon enough, but I'm just going to put in here. But I think this Sid figure may be my favorite Sid that Mattel's made. I like the gym bag. I like a lot of things going on right here. And they also revealed a Monday Night Wars Hot Rod. These are prototypes that we saw back at Comic-Con. If you guys can remember in the case of the Monday Night Wars case, if you guys missed that, we did see these prototypes back at San Diego Comic-Con. We have updates now. It's usually how the trajectory goes, right? You get render, then you get prototype, then you get updates, then you get the final images, then you get the figure in hand. But here's Hot Rod as well. They also showed off the China. We've kind of already discussed the China. We've seen it. It looks really good. Steve shared some images. We did it in the news video. Got an update on that figure. Looks really good with the Intercontinental Championship. And then personally, one of my favorite figures for next year is going to be the Monday Night Wars Elite Steve Blackman, which also looks really good. I think this figure just looks fantastic. Probably not the torso I would have went with. They went with the big-ass Ultimate Warrior torso. Not a big fan of that torso. However, I am very excited for Steve Blackman. He's going to come with those kind of new grippy hands that we haven't really seen just yet. I think we're getting it first time in the line in the Elite 123 wave with Drew McIntyre, I think, when he comes with the wrench. So he does come with that. He comes with those rods, comes with the cheese head. So the Steve Blackman figure, I'm really excited about. We touched on that before. And then we also have some other greatest hits Monday Night Wars figures coming, and that is going to feature Rick Steiner. It's kind of a repaint of his Elite 104 figure. Much better looking figure as far as toyetic goes. Got the red, got the yellow, has the nice boots and everything, so you're getting another Rick Steiner in the line. Not the most, movable figure, but it's still pretty nice. And then I was really impressed with this Eddie Guerrero. I really like the way this looks. He is going to come with the Finn Balor or the Randy Orton style torso there. He has, the gold tights, looks really good. I'm really excited for this Eddie. I hope this Eddie's very posable. It looks really, really good. Usually they would give him a singlet torso, or they would give him a smaller torso here, but using this torso I really like for this figure to see what that kind of looks like. And then we also have a look at Greatest Hits Road Dogg, which looks very, very good. This is a jersey that people have wanted in the line for years at this point, man. Greatest Hits Road Dogg Monday Night Wars is going to have the DX jersey. I could see people buying 5 or 6 of those to put on all their different members of DX across their displays. Just such a figure, man. Such a great looking figure. The Road Dogg figure looks incredible. And then we also have Billy Gunn here in his King of the Ring gear with the crown over the top in the black. Really good looking Billy Gunn as well. Billy Gunn is one of those guys that I think bats 1,000, man. We talk about the people batting 1,000. Every single Elite that he's ever had has been really, really good. So Billy Gunn continuing to do well here with his figure. Cloth good shirt, all the different things. Great looking figure there. And I think that is the full wave. And I can't remember, I think the Build-A-Figure is the X-Pac or the Sean Waltman in the leather jacket and the jean gear. And I think I have an image of that, or I have a video of that as well. I'll plug that in there as best as I can. But I think he is the Build-A-Figure. He's got the removable bandana, which is also a pretty good-looking figure. Hopefully the legs aren't stiff. That's really what matters most to me about this figure. But you have the Sean Waltman / X-Pac. And then we also have a look at Little Nate, which is another great figure, man. Great figure here. Long time coming. Took 15 plus years to finally get this guy in the line. Long time referee. And, it is kind of the classic look, but you could take the head sculpt, make a different referee, possibly, if you use different Build-A-Figure parts. You might be able to use these shorter legs, give him the John Cone torso, make a WWE ref, maybe use the SmackDown, give him the SmackDown look from back in the day. I think there's going to be a way to maneuver that, so hopefully if you want to make a Little Nate, you could be able to do something like that. So that'll kind of be the thing to watch for, and, be able to make that happen with Little Nate and make an Elite out of him. But that figure also looks really good. But next up, we do have Elite Series 124. These are all final product images, so these look really, really good, man. I'm excited for these. I think all of these are going to turn out pretty good. We're going to get into it here. We're starting things off with Rey Mysterio, and this Rey Mysterio, really good-looking Rey Mysterio. I like this figure a lot. Got the LWO shirt. I really dig this packaging as well, but the white and red looks clean. Don't really like the way the eyes are painted. I just don't like these Rey Mysterio head sculpts, man. He's one of those guys that doesn't have a lot of great head sculpts, but I like the white gloves, the gray attire with the red and the raw going down the sides. He's got the ultimate boots going on. Also has that, that kinesiology tape or that kinetic tape going down, which looks great with the stripes. Very cool figure overall. I think this is a very aesthetically pleasing Rey, and it looks very posable. I like the formula on this guy, so hopefully that will all come together nicely. And then we have Motor City Machine Guns, which just look crazy, man. The likeness on these guys' head sculpts, the posability, hopefully is very good. They have their shorts. Very cool kick pad molds on these guys as well. I think that, it reminds me a lot of Pac or Neville, so we may be able to use these kick pads on other characters potentially, but these are really nice looking Elites, man. I like the way these look a lot. The black and yellow gear, great looking head sculpts, and specifically, if you look at Alex Shelley, he has the, the ripped up torso, like the Ricochet torso. So that may be a way you can make a Finn Balor using that torso, because he has just plain trunks on his legs. Switch out some skin tone, do some different things. You may be able to make a Finn Balor out of that guy, so that's something to monitor. But these both look really, really nice. I think the Motor City Machine Guns turned out really awesome. Jacket looks good. The vest looks good. Overall, really good things happening with the Motor City Machine Guns, finally getting those guys in the line. Then we have Royal Rumble gear, Jey Uso, that we knew we were getting. Again, we knew about these guys back at Comic-Con, but these are all updated shots of them now. And this is a really nice gear. You're getting the pink cloth goods, pink Yeet glasses, the white and pink gear. I do not like the posability of the Jey Uso figures typically, but I do like this attire. The white and pink is very clean. I'm happy to get this attire in figure form if they're going to choose it. And then the Defining Moments figure with the Yeet, the foam finger hands, the foam hands, we're getting the Defining Moments line alongside CM Punk. Those are the two gears that I wanted from Jey Uso's runs at the top. So that checks off all the attires I wanted from Jey Uso. So the pink shirt, the white and pink gear, and then you have the blue and pink. So I'm all aboard that. I think that looks really good for Jey Uso, even though those legs aren't my favorite. Hopefully that figure will come together. But all his tattoos look nice. They're using the Bo Dallas, Matt Hardy torso. So I'm all aboard the Jey Uso with the Yeet shirt. Looks very, very good. And it's non-Velcro. So just continuing to hit all the feels here. But we also have CM Punk in the black and silver. He's got that nice, long time wearing black and white jacket that looks really good. Hopefully it doesn't stain. Got a pissed off head sculpt here. This looks to be a new head sculpt. I think this is a brand new head sculpt. You have that kind of longer pushback hair. He's kind of mad. I think this looks really good. Really, really good, man. He even has the sculpted wrist tape, sculpted hand tape, black and white gear, and it is using the Daniel Bryan torso. So if you're a fan of the Daniel Bryan torso instead of the new Top Picks torso, well, there you go. You're getting this figure here. But this looks really good, man. I think that, just full circle, a lot of people don't even like the new Top Picks torso that they gave CM Punk. I'm on the other hand, I like the new look of it, but again, I said it before that CM Punk was one of those few guys that I felt could pull off the Daniel Bryan torso, and that's kind of how I feel here. I think that CM Punk looks really good. Kind of plain Jane, but still really damn good. I like the head sculpt. I like the jacket. Lots of really good things going on here. And then we wrap up the wave with Lyra Valkyria. So all modern day talent, but you're getting Lyra here. Women's Intercontinental Championship. I like the glow on the blue. And I do believe that these are elite boots. So we're not getting those basic. I don't think those are the basic kick pads, man. Those look to be actual kick pads that will have posability in the ankles, so that's really nice as well. But the blue and black looks really clean. Nice women's elite overall. You get the women's championship. Great likeness to Lyra, so I don't know how you could really ask for anything more. And if you don't like the likeness here, well, I guess you could head swap it with that basic figure she got. She got two basics, I thought, but the skin tones may not match. I can't remember off the top of the dome. But that is your Elite 126. Pretty damn good looking wave overall. I know it's all modern talent, but at least they're actually hitting the likeness. It looks like they're, hitting all the things they need to hit and check all the boxes they need to check to make that entire wave work. Or 124, Elite Series 124. And now we're getting into I think this is probably the worst part of the reveals for me personally. You can let me know what you think here, man. But I thought that this From the Vault set was not very good, man. I didn't think this From the Vault set was very good. The next From the Vault series is going to be the ECW Dudleys that we got in the 2-pack last year, featuring Bubba Ray and Devon. Now, they didn't say if his height was going to be corrected, and I don't think they really touched on that. I think these figures are solid. I'm glad these figures are there, but I just don't like how these figures were just released. These figures just came out not too long ago, and you're filling up 2 spots here in the From the Vault where it could have went to so many other figures that are sought after or whatever the case. And then, not only are the Dudley Boys in here, but also the Chase Monday Night Wars Harlem Heat featuring Stevie Ray and Booker T, which again, these figures just came out, I feel like. And not that these figures aren't sought after or nobody found them or whatever the case is, but can we get... It says From the Vault, but it seems like these shouldn't even be in the vault yet. They should not be in the vault yet, man. I'm thinking Flash Rey Mysterio. I'm thinking, Kane with the chains, or Finley, Elite Finley, or just these different figures that, are very sought after. And even if those guys can't get it, I think even like an Elite 1 CM Punk or an All-Star CM Punk, even though I think we pretty much got that. I'm just kind of talking off the hip, but you know what I mean? I think there's other figures that could be sought after instead of... That's the full From the Vault. You have the Harlem Heat and you have the Dudley Boys of sets that just came out not too long ago. So, I don't know, man. You can let me know what you think there. I did not like this set overall. I thought this was kind of bummy. I was pretty disappointed in the From the Vault. I thought that there was just so much better I don't know, choices that could have been made. And, I don't know. I don't know all the behind the scenes. I don't know which figures, they're looking at or what their reasoning is exactly for these. But I thought that these were a miss. This was probably the most disappointing part of Ringside Fest for me was the From the Vault set. Just wasn't feeling those personally, but you can let me know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. You can let me know. But we are moving into some other Ringside exclusives, which is going to be the Defining Moments Ricky Saints figure. And this figure is really good. Another guy that can probably pull off the Daniel Bryan torso. In a perfect world, maybe give him the Mizdow torso, but not the biggest deal. I think this still works for him. I like the boots. I like the gear. North American Championship looks pretty good in likeness, and they did have a prototype there that looks pretty good. He's going to come with his signature hands, which I think is cool. But at the end of the day, Ricky Starks, when I met him back at WrestleMania 39 at a Ring of Honor show, and I was filming my draft with Brody, and it was such a cool moment. He came up and he kind of joked around, and, we didn't have his figure in hand. Out of all the figures we had there for that draft, he was sitting there, and, he made a joke. He was like, that's fine. You don't want to make me a figure? I'll get the Mattel guys to make me a figure. And then fast forward, and now he actually did have the Mattel guys make him a figure. So I think that's hilarious. He was a really cool guy. I think this figure looks awesome. And a huge shout out to Ricky. One of the coolest wrestlers I've ever met. He was just a really down-to-earth dude, and he was awesome. So a huge shout out to Ricky. This figure looks great. Can't wait to get this in hand. But then we also had a look at Rey Fenix, which also had his first time in the line here, the Defining Moments. And we also got a prototype of him wearing the jacket, which looks crazy. This is his WrestleMania gear where he took on El Grande Americano. And this just is a great-looking figure overall. We know he had so many great AEW figures made by Magic as well. And now we have some Mattel figures. And I just think these look great, man. So Rey Fenix looks great. The jacket is insane. I'm glad we're getting the jacket in there. Hopefully on the next Penta Elite we get, maybe we can get him a jacket as well. And maybe they'll do Ultimates, I'm sure, of these guys. And they'll probably do the same as the Supreme where they give him the interchangeable jacket arms. So we'll see. But this Rey Fenix looks really damn good. And the Ricky Saints also looked really good. So I was excited for both of those figures. Those look great. And the jacket looks great on those. And those dudes were pretty cool. They brought them on there to talk and everything. So that was a really cool part of the stream there. I know a lot of people were getting kind of antsy and wanting to see the figure reveals and not want to hear the guys talk, but it is always cool to hear from the talents themselves, talk about the figures and, how they, connect to action figures and stuff like that. But we also have some basics here before we get out of here. We have a Kevin Owens figure. We kind of did we not just see this figure not in the most recent gallery from News the other day? I could have swore we saw this exact figure. I think that's the case here, but figure looks fine, nothing too crazy. We also have a CM Punk in pink with the newer Top Picks head sculpt. I could see that one probably doing pretty well. People love the pink gear. They like the head sculpt. You can get some more of that. And it looks like his arms also have sculpted hand tape and wrist tape, so I think that's an upgrade there to the main events. We also have a Logan Paul. Nothing crazy here. Black and yellow. Every figure this guy gets is black and yellow and the same head sculpt pretty much. I don't know, man. I don't know what to say. I feel like every figure, you look up and this guy has another black and yellow gear. I want to see his WrestleMania gear from last year, the kind of MDT pink, bluish, whatever the hell gear he had on at WrestleMania. That's what I want to see. But we also have this. This was a pretty cool figure. I like this, man. We have Tracksuit Cody with the sneakers. Now, I don't like that it doesn't have any deco hits. It should have the American Nightmare logo on the jacket, right? Or the C for the captain, and then on the back it should say something. I think that would sell the figure more. Hopefully that'll be adjusted or put some decals on there or something. But this is a really cool... they talk about... Oh, this is really great because this is something you don't see in the Elite line, so it makes the main event cool. I get that, but give us Elites like this, man. Give us a Joggers Roman Reigns Elite, or give us a Tracksuit Cody Elite, man. You've already done suits. We've already seen him in a suit. We've already seen many, many, many wrestling gears. Give us Tracksuit Cody with the C on the jacket in an Elite form. I think that would be great. But we also have this Hogan, which I think is a damn good basic Hogan, man. He comes with the weight belt. He also comes with this gear. I would really like to see this in Elite form, to be honest with you. But this is a really good Hollywood Hogan. It also has the removable bandana. Great looking figure overall. I think this is going to look really good men on card as well. But this is just an iconic look, so I think that everybody's going to be wanting that one. Then we also got an Ethan Page basic in green and yellow. Or not green and yellow, but green and gold, which I think looks really good as well. He's got the pointer heads, or the pointer hand and everything. And then we also have Razor in red, which I think looks pretty clean as well. This is, I can't even remember the last time we saw has there ever been a Razor Ramon basic? I'm sure there has been. It's just, when you think of it off the top of the dome, it does exist, I'm sure, surely. There's one I can think off the top of the dome, but they're usually like NWO and jeans, I feel like. I don't feel like you ever get a straight-up Razor Ramon. We've seen some Scott Halls.
We probably have seen some Razors, but I don't feel like it's something that you see most of the time. So Razor Ramon getting in the basics line is kind of cool. And then the last thing we have here is just some 2-packs. We have Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre with a steel chair. Not going to shatter the earth, just one of those run-of-the-mill championship pack, or not championship packs, but a battle pack here between the two main event showdown pack. We also have John Cena versus Cody Rhodes from WrestleMania. I'm sure we're going to get this Cody at some point and this John Cena at some point in the Elite line, the Ultimate line, something, because this was a big moment. It comes with the championship there. So you get the WrestleMania showdown there for the championship. And then we also have probably one of the cooler, probably the best 2-pack out of the 3, which, again, I think this would be better as an Elite. You have Chelsea Green with her Cactus Jack attire next to Cactus Jack himself with the Women's U.S. Championship. So that's pretty cool. I think this is a really sweet battle pack or 2-pack. But man, that would have been a great Elite to see for Chelsea Green, would be her in Elite form with that Cactus Jack attire. But what do I know, man? What do I know? But I think that is everything we had at Ringside Fest, man. Lots of stuff shown off, a lot of good stuff, a lot of great stuff. I don't know if, I mean, the New Jack reveal was insane, and there was a lot of really cool stuff. I just wish we had better images of some of the things, but I think overall it was a really successful Ringside Fest. Overall, I was pretty happy with everything. I think that there were some really good things shown. I'm pretty impressed with everything. There's some things I'm excited for. You know, not everything batted 1,000. I was pretty disappointed with the From the Vault set and maybe some other things here and there. But overall, collectively, I think we are on our way. I think we have some really good stuff. And the next time we get a really big reveal like this, I think will be WrestleMania, right? We'll get some galleries posted every month. But as far as a big news reveal like this, it will be WrestleMania the next time we get something like that, man. So that's kind of how it goes. But that is pretty much going to wrap it up for me, man. I hope you guys did enjoy. Let me know your thoughts on everything. What did you like? What did you dislike? I'd love to hear from you down below. This video took hours and hours to make because you got to accumulate the images. You got to wait on the live stream to end. You got to get all the screen grabs and everything, man. So if you leave a like on the video, leave me a comment. I'd greatly appreciate it to push this video out to as many people as humanly possible. But I'm getting out, man. I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a blessed one. I'll catch you guys later.